Okay, aloha everyone. I'm Barbie. And joining you here with Phyllis, and we're going to share with the new ambassadors. So we just want to welcome all of you new ambassadors for that joined our team last month, and or if you joined a couple months ago, that's fine too. Just welcome. And we basically just wanted to get on this call, this Zoom, and go over like the basics with you and make sure you're set up for success, and have a basic good understanding about what the triplex. Most people start with the triplex, so that's what we're going to go over is the triplex, and then we're going to let Gaby share a testimony, and then Phyllis will close us out. So that's kind of the game plan for the call. So again, aloha, I'm Barbie. I'm an Emerald Ambassador with Plexus, and I want to just talk to you guys a little bit about the triplex. So there's two types of slims that we have. So we have the hunger control and the regular slim. You guys have started out with one of these. The microbiome activating slim. I like to say that and think of you every time now, Gaby. The microbiome slim has a prebiotic in it. So that's going to help feed your good bacteria. It helps kind of grow your gut garden, flourishes it, like putting fertilizer on your garden, and increases your good bacteria 300 times. So lots of really awesome things packed into both of these. But the difference is this one has the prebiotic, and the Hunger Control Slim has more polydextrose in it. And polydextrose helps attract water, and it will swell in your stomach, and it makes you feel fuller. And it's slowly excreted, so you'll actually feel fuller for a longer period of time. So those of you that struggle with feeling hungry all the time, because there is a direct link to your gut and brain, right? So if you're overweight and you're struggling with weight, you will be getting signals sent to your brain that you're hungry. So this will help curve that for you and make you feel fuller, so that you're not having that feeling of wanting to eat, or if you take it before a meal, you won't have the feeling of, you won't overeat because you'll feel fuller. So both of these, there's no stimulants in these. I know a lot of people get really confused when they see the ingredient of green bean coffee extract in there. So they see that and they think it has a stimulant in it. It actually has 2 milligrams of caffeine, which is equivalent to a dark piece of chocolate. So it is not a stimulant in here. Green bean coffee extract is unroasted coffee bean, and it's actually chlorogenic acid as an unroasted coffee bean. So it's very, very beneficial for you. You can drink this at any time during the day. On an empty stomach is best, and then waiting 30 minutes or so before you have anything to eat. So a lot of people get up in the morning in their morning routine and drink it first thing in the morning. That's totally fine. I personally drink mine later in the day just because I struggled with afternoon fatigue. And for me, I found that when I wait and I drink it later in the day, like around 11, usually between 11 and 1 is when I drink mine after my workouts and things. It really sets me like solid for the rest of the day, and I don't have those crashes because it does balance your glucose. So you'll have continually sustained energy. So, and you can take 2 a day. So my husband, he drinks a Hunger Control in the morning, and then he has his microbiome slim later in the day. So you, or you can take 2 of each, the same one. But Kevin, my husband, takes 1 of each every day. So that's the slim drink for you. And then the second part of the triplex is the ProBio 5. So this is your probiotic, and it also has the digestive enzyme blend, chitosanase, to help break down that hard outer shell of candida. And then the grapeseed extract in here goes in and it kills the candida. So that's something that is the main, like one of the best things about this probiotic in particular that many do not have is that we can kill the candida along with repopulating the good bacteria in our gut. So, you know, one thing, Candida is one of the things that is related to many of our health issues. So, Candida overgrowth creates a havoc in our overall health, anywhere from skin issues to mood issues. It can help flare up those underlying autoimmune diseases and give you like the IBS, the irritable bowel symptoms. So constipation, bloating, diarrhea, things like that, all contributed because of the overgrowth of Candida. So this is an amazing probiotic. And the third part of our triplex is the BioCleanse. So BioCleanse is going to be, oh, real quick, the ProBio 5 is something that you want to take right before bedtime. So it's important that you take this before bed on an empty stomach. So because it gives that digestive enzyme blend time to work. So you're thinking about like 6 hours or so, right, of sleep, then it's working its magic during that time. If you take it with food and you have food, it's gonna break down your food more than it's gonna break down the Candida. So that's the rationale of why we want to take it before bedtime. So then we have the BioCleanse. BioCleanse is a gentle daily cleanser. It's not it's not going to have you running to the bathroom. If you are running to the bathroom with this, you are taking too much. So everybody is going to take a different amount. It all depends on our bowel habits. Some of us struggle with constipation. Some of us are on the other spectrum where we have more diarrhea. So some of us are just fine and we feel like we do good pooping every day. This is just going to help you stay regular. As you kill off that Candida, you are going to have that dead matter. So you need to make sure that you are eliminating that. So if you are normally a regular person, you may find that you start to feel more constipated because you're killing off that Candida, and you need to up your BioCleanse to help rid that, along with water intake. You guys, water intake is super key in all of this. In our success is drinking water. We need to flush out those toxins. We don't want to kill off the Candida and then just let it sit there and let our body reabsorb those toxins. It's going to make us feel really sick. So lots of water in upping your BioCleanse. BioCleanse also has magnesium in it, which is wonderful. 9 out of 10 Americans are deficient in magnesium. So magnesium, vitamin C, and when it comes together, it makes almost like a peroxide effect. So it's going to, like, think of peroxide bubbling through your intestinal tract and just helping to rid all of that garbage in there. So, and it also has sodium bicarb, which I love. It helps neutralize our blood, make it more alkaline, and most of us live in an acid state. So people that suffer with acid reflux, they'll notice a difference, a decrease in that as well from the BioCleanse because of the sodium bicarb in here. And also one of the things is that when your blood is more acidic, pathogens love it. Like cancer cells, for instance, they love and thrive in an acid environment. So it's a really great to have a more alkaline blood. So that's those 3 items: the Slim, the ProBio 5, and the BioCleanse are part of your triplex. BioCleanse, on the bottle it will say take 2 between meals, your breakfast and your lunch or so. I always, you work closely with your sponsor, and we set you up on the regimen, and we stay in close contact with you because, like I said earlier, we're all going to be a little different. I take mine before bed. I take my ProBio 5 and my BioCleanse together before bed to keep it simple. I take 3 of them every night. Some people that need more, you can take 3 at night and 3 in the morning. But again, your sponsor is really going to help you with your regimen and how much to take of what in the beginning parts, okay? And then the other one I wanted to touch on real quickly is the X Factor Plus, because the X Factor Plus is an amazing multivitamin. And what makes it really great is that it's fully methylated. And methylation basically is what our bodies need to actually use the vitamin or the mineral. So for instance, folic acid. Folic acid is a synthetic form. Our body needs to methylate it into folate. Folate is what our bodies actually use. So the fact that this is fully methylated, it means that when we take this, it is already in the usable form. So it's estimated, I believe, like 50% of us have a mutated gene where we are not able to convert synthetic vitamins into methylated vitamins. Yes, Phyllis is one of them. You can get a blood test. It's called MTHFR. Sounds like a bad word. You can ask your doctor to test you for it, and you'll know if you have the mutated gene. So 50% of us do, and if you do, you're just basically wasting your vitamin. So the fact that this is fully methylated means we're going to be able to use it. It also has aloe in there. Ingested aloe has many health benefits, one being that it helps with absorption. So we're going to absorb our vitamins even more and minerals. And then it also has polyphenols in it, which help protect the gut. So it's super great multivitamin. It does have, it's green in color because it's got chlorophyll in it. So that's why it looks like such a dark green color. And chlorophyll is like a green algae, and it really helps promote digestion and your circulatory system, and helps boost your immune system as well, helps fight infection, and helps your wounds heal. So, and really it also helps cleanse the body. So this little bugger right here is really wonderful. Okay, so, and then we have a kids version of it. I'm just going to touch real quick. My daughters take this too, and I love this. If you have any kiddos at home, it's a chewable multivitamin, fully methylated X Factor multivitamin, no sugar, because it's the gummy bears that we feed our kids. It really adds up all that sugar. It's estimated if they eat one vitamin gummy bear a day for a year, it's 4.5 pounds of sugar. So I love the fact that this is also fully methylated and has a probiotic in it. So it's a 2-for-1, a fully methylated multivitamin and a probiotic. So, and it's a chewable vitamin. So it tastes good. My girls love it. I pack it in their lunches every day. So part of their lunch. So you guys, that's basically the little like snapshot of what the triplex and the X Factor Plus, those are like our core. I think that those are like a wonderful place to start. Definitely the triplex, maybe you add in the X Factor Plus the next month. The X Factor Plus, you take it with food. It can upset your stomach if you take it in on an empty stomach. I personally get nauseated if I don't have it with enough food. So just make sure you take, and if you take it, you can maybe start with taking one with breakfast and one with lunch. And then if you feel okay, you can take 2 with breakfast or lunch. But if you need to separate them, that's totally fine. They're pretty potent. So just make sure you take it with food. All right, so I'm gonna actually let Gaby, she's a dear friend of mine, she lives here on Kauai, and I'm gonna let her share because she has an amazing testimony, and I'll hand it over to you, Gaby.
Thanks, Barbie. Hi, everybody. I'm Gaby Williams. I'm from Kalaheo. And I am just so grateful that over a year ago, Barbie introduced me to these supplements. And so, you know, when she told me it was a 60-day money-back guarantee, I was like, okay, sign me up. And then, of course, I got the package, and they just kind of sat on the counter. And during that time, my husband was battling his life with cancer and multiple myeloma. And we were traveling all around the West Coast for him to get into a trial, to help him. They had given him a few months to live. And so the vitamins and all the supplements were packed in my suitcase, and that's pretty much where they stayed for about 9 more months. And finally, about on September 14th, it will be my 4-month commitment to these products, and how my life has changed. I wish I would not have waited those 9 months. I wish I would have taken those supplements when they were in my suitcase, because let me tell you what, when my husband's battling cancer and I'm caring for him and I have to be by his side and I'm taking care of him and I'm trying to manage the kids and the finances and life and the home, oh my gosh, you know, I had two major health issues. One was really bad ulcers, and the second was really bad anxiety. And so when after my husband had a CAR T cell trial, this was 4.5 months ago. So this was at the end of my being sick and tired of being sick and tired. I had to wake him up in the middle of the night because I had awful ulcer pain. And I said, Matt, I don't know how we're going to do this, but you have to take me to the emergency room. And so he took me to UW in Seattle, Washington. And, you know, what did they do? The same thing that they did here when I would have to drive myself to the ER is just, you know, I drank this cup of like coating that tasted chalky and gross, and it lined my stomach. They'd give me a shot of pain medication and, you know, basically say, stop drinking coffee, stop eating onions, stop eating acidic foods, stop, no garlic, anything like that. And boy, and then my panic attacks. So I was on 4 different panic attack or anxiety medications. I was on 2 different ulcer medications. My blood pressure was about 156/102. And, you know, I had major sugar cravings. I had painful periods and those really hard, awful pimples that I would get along with my painful periods. Lots of fatigue, IBS. So these are all the side ones. The 2 major were anxiety and ulcer pain. I used to drink 12 Diet Cokes a day. And then when the doctor told me to quit 12 Diet Cokes a day because of my ulcers, I switched to coffee. And then when I was drinking way too much coffee, I switched to cold brew. And so along with that was heartburn. I had really bad trouble sleeping. I hardly slept. I had a lot of nighttime snacking issues, a lot of bloating. And so my last draw was 4.5 months ago. But prior to that, I actually called Barbie and I told her I was dying and my heart was pounding on my chest. I felt like I was going to pass out. I didn't know what the heck was happening to me. My older kids drove me to her home and she took me to the ER, and I had to stay there overnight because I really thought I was either having a heart attack or a stroke. But something was not right. And after all the tests that they did on me and after keeping me overnight, the doctor came in the next morning and he said, you are healthy. There's nothing wrong with your heart. There's nothing wrong with your brain. Your blood work is all good. And you are having bad anxiety. And so, so finally 4.5 months ago, I said, okay, I'm going to give this a try. And I was consistent. And I'm the type of girl who's like, I'm going to order everything. So I started off with a triplex. I started off with Vital Biome. I started off with X Factor Plus and Mega X. And I really had to stick close to Barbie. And then shortly after, I started sharing my journey because slow things started changing for me. And the biggest one was caffeine. I felt like I did not need the caffeine that I once needed to keep me through the day, which led to less fatigue. I had increased energy and I did not understand what was going on, but something little was changing within me. And this was only within a week or 2 of taking these supplements. After that, I was able to drop 1 anxiety medication and then another one and then another one. And then I was able to drop my ulcer medication. And then what happened was my ex-doctor actually told me, do not take Plexus. It will make your heart beat out of your chest. And she told me the last thing you need is your heart palpitations and your heart rate to increase because of everything that you are going through. And I said, doctor, I don't think so, but I'm going to commit to this for 3 months. And I will come back for testing in 3 months. And she never once approved anything of that. So that's why she's my ex-doctor. I now have a new doctor. But I'm so grateful that I had Barbie as she's my sponsor. She's my coach. And I'm so grateful that during all the the negativity that was coming to me from taking Plexus. I'm so grateful that Barbie stood right by my side and she said, "What is changing in you?" And I listed all the things out because, guys, I was ready to quit because two people were almost trying to convince me not to take these products. Two people I really looked up to and admired and who inspired me. And so I went to Barbie, and this is a really important thing, is stick close with your sponsor, because our sponsors know more than the people who are not willing to research these products and the people who are not taking these products, but they have a big, a big judgment against them. And it's really important for me that I stick close to my sponsor. And I said, this is what's going on. And she was right there with me on the phone call for about an hour. And she walked me through that time when I almost wanted to quit just because somebody didn't approve of it. And so currently, my whole family takes Plexus. We all love it. I have hardly any sugar cravings. I drink about 1 cup of coffee that I really enjoy. Anything after that, I hardly enjoy it. I no longer have painful periods, and my face is clear, and I don't get those hard pimples anymore during that time of the month, which is a miracle. My fatigue level is gone. I am not napping every single day, and I never understood that when I heard people talk about, they feel the need to nap, because I felt the need to nap every single day. I have 4 kids. I have a daughter who's pregnant and, all this stuff. My husband has cancer. I thought I should be tired all the time. I have no heartburn. I have no IBS. I am sleeping soundly like a baby. And anxiety, I have not had 1 panic attack in 4.5 months since starting these supplements. And I was having them at least once a week. My ulcer pain, I have not had 1 major flare-up with that in 4.5 months. And I was having a really awful ulcer attack about once a month. The ones where I was doubled over in pain for about 3 days just sitting on my couch because I couldn't take the burning pain and nobody could do anything for me anymore. And let me tell you what, I have not been to the doctor. I have not been to the ER once. And I'm so very grateful that at that time, Barbie reached out and she knew exactly what I needed when I thought I needed to stick close to my doctor. And so, I'm grateful. My life is changing. My 20-year-old daughter is having a baby boy. She's been on Plexus. I did not put her on prenatal vitamins. She takes exactly what I just take, what I listed, and she has no issues with her pregnancy. She has no constipation. And like some of her pregnant friends do, they have constipation really bad from the prenatal vitamins. My husband, who is cancer-free right now, he also takes Plexus. The biggest change in him is he would always be dizzy and passing out. And he even split his forehead open one time, and I had to rush him to the ER room because he passed out in our driveway and split all the way down his forehead. And so he drinks Slim twice a day, and he takes all the supplements that I do, and he does not have 1 issue with dizziness. Now, we tested it. So I had him stop taking Plexus. And guess what? The dizziness came back. Those feelings of when he was going from sitting to standing, he would have to pause and close his eyes and say, just give me a minute. And so it is tested and tried, and it's true. So I started him back up. And once he's taken the supplements and drinking that Slim every single day or twice a day, no issues with dizziness at all. My 2 little daughters also take it. Aiden is 14, Sari's 11. They love X Factor Kids. They take it every morning after breakfast. And my 14-year-old and I are also just starting to mix in the Hunger Control Slim with Lean. And we drink that for breakfast every morning now. And I love it. I don't like orange chocolate sticks or anything like that, but I love the taste of this. And I am not hungry. Last night, I had to remind myself to eat something because I was drinking that. And during the day, I actually had it for lunch yesterday. And so, I am just grateful. My life is changing. I feel so much better, and I just love Plexus. I'm so grateful that I'm a Plexus mom, and I have a Plexus family, and I'd even put my dog on it if I could. So
That's awesome.
thank you, Barbie.
That's awesome, Gaby. You have such a strong testimony in so many different ways. So thank you so much for sharing with us and being brave, because I know that was scary for you. So hit that. All right, Phyllis, why don't you close us up?
All right, girly. Yes, Gaby. Oh my goodness. I literally was tearing up hearing your story, because I do know through Barbie some of your journey. And so this is why we share, you guys, right? This is why we share. And so I should introduce myself, because this is a new ambassador call. I'm Phyllis Anderson. I'm Barbie Anderson's sister-in-law. We're like sisters from another mister. And and I love her dearly, and I'm just so blessed to be on this journey with her. So yeah, I'm an Emerald Ambassador. So you guys are new. You're probably like, what does that mean? But it's just one of the levels of the company. And Barbie and I both were able to reach that level in the company in 11 months. So we're here to just show you that it's doable. Anything you put your mind to and you work hard and you focus on, if that's your goal, you can accomplish that. But it does take hard work and momentum. So if you're curious about sharing or the business, or you're like, yeah, I have a story like Gaby's. I mean, why wouldn't Gaby share? If you have found like your fountain of youth, for me, it was menopause symptoms, and I won't give my testimony here. You can find it other places. But I thought I was destined to a life of, basically hell, menopause hell. And I didn't think there was any like help for that. And so what Plexus did for me was give me hope and a future, and took away all those awful symptoms and more. And so anyway, so that's why I started sharing. And quite frankly, it's not hard to share. You just simply talk to your friends. You find the closest people to you, and you just tell them, hey, I'm doing these supplements. This is how I feel. Would you be interested in learning more? And I put in the thread over here, you guys, in this little chat, this awesome little kind of step-by-step. I'm going to also put it in my business builders thread. Barbie, I'll make sure you have a copy of it too, and anybody else that wants it, or you can copy paste right now, you guys. But it's just basically when somebody asks you, what is this Plexus stuff? It gives you the step-by-step of what to do. Like, yeah, I want some more information. Send them this link. That link, you guys, right there is a 1-minute, 40-second video from your back office. It's about the triplex. And then there's another like 1-minute, 30-second video about your microbiome. So, you could just start with the triplex and send them that, because like Barbie said, triplex is pretty much for everyone. Like everyone will see benefits from just the triplex alone. And then we could talk, for another hour about our other wonderful supplements, but it's such a great place to start. So you can send them that little video and then say, please watch the video. And then when you get back to them, just ask them what interests you most about the video. I always ask people, like, what is your health and wellness story? Like, what is it that you're looking to see change? And then what's really cool is, yes, Barbie and I are nurses, and I'm looking at Sandy. She's a nurse. So yeah, some of us have nursing backgrounds, but you don't need to have any of that. Hi, Sandy. You don't have to have any of that, because Plexus has put it out there for you. Okay. And then in your big team thread, like we have Ohana Plexus. So if you're interested in sharing, we can plug you into that. It's a bigger group with a ton of resources. So now your person has told you, like, here's what I'm concerned about, or here's what I'd like to see changed. You just kind of sneak over to Ohana, search in you type in Ohana Plexus, it'll bring you up to Ohana. In the search bar, you just type in whatever it is, IBS, Crohn's, MS, type 1 diabetes, type 2 diabetes. You do any of that. And transformations, our Plexus transformations has some of that there too, but certainly Ohana. So either one, just click search, whatever it is you're looking for, and then just copy and paste that, and then ask them, like, hey, I'd like to send you some information that specifically talks to you about your main health concerns, and then just send that on over to them. Again, give them some time and space to look that over, and then you can say, would you like me to make some product recommendations for you? Now, if you're brand new to sharing Plexus, you're like, I have no idea what to recommend. This is where I say, get your sponsor involved. Just like Gaby said, your sponsor is the one that brought you to it. And so if they don't have all the answers, guess what? They have a sponsor. And so we have this amazing, amazing team. If you're here, you guys have no idea how amazing and supporting and supportive, I should say, this team is. Our upline is incredible. And this is why we are the fastest growing team in all of Plexus, is because of our support that we have. So, okay, so just moving on through that little list, there you make your little, you make your little recommendations, and then they're going to say, of course, well, how much is all of that? And so you can have them, but again, I like to explain exactly what it is they're going to be taking, or send those videos so that they can see it, they can see the value, and you always take it back and remind them that, listen, this is what you wanted to see change, right? Like, we have some tools for you to use. These are the things I'd recommend. And then you just basically let them go with, like, what their budget is. And if they say, okay, it's too much, they even recommend here, just put them in one of our challenges. Have them purchase a 7-day trial pack of Slim and say, hey, just come and learn more. And then just throw them in. We have the 3-day blitzes. We have 7-day challenges. We have so many resources, you guys, that we can just plug them into that. Again, be patient. Don't be desperate to I got to get people on my team. Just plug them in where they need to be. And then let's see, I think that was it for there. But yeah, it's really that simple. We do have some other things like First Steps training that is in Ohana. You can search for that. It's, again, First Steps training. Let me see, there it is. I'm sitting here scrolling. Do you guys see that now? Yeah, you can copy and paste that to your notes. And then I'll put that in the business thread. Sorry, I didn't click enter. So isn't that super easy, right? And then if you copy and paste that link from your back office, it's going to take those people directly to your website so that you can easily sign them up there too. And so let me see if I had anything else to talk about. Okay. So somewhere in here, like I said, if you need to get your sponsor, that's called third-party validation. At some point, you're going to want to introduce your new person to your sponsor, because it's just another voice for them to hear. And then again, now you're supporting this person, right? And they're going through die-off and whatever. You're also going to want to have your sponsor close by. And it's really awesome if you've already got them in a thread with you, so that person can kind of be a voice. And then as you get more comfortable with sharing and the products, and you're like, oh yeah, I know what die-off's all about, you're going to see that it's easier for you to speak to or answer their questions. But that's what we're here for. We're here to support you. I tell everyone, please use me, because we're in this together. Like, this is one Plexus, they call it. Definitely a team effort. Okay. And then, I'm pretty much done, you guys. So that's the 3-way text messages. If you guys just ask your sponsor if you don't know how to do that. I've had some people that don't know how to do that. Or the other thing I love is like a 3-way telephone conversation. And I really, really like that. There's power to that. Egan was on here earlier, and I've done that with his people in like how to share. And that's been really powerful, because you get to like talk to the people, you get to hear their voice, and you just get to kind of, just create a relationship there. And so relationships too are really huge in this business. And I just can't stress enough, like, be friends with your people first. If you're wanting to be, if you're wanting to grow your business, friendship is key. Like, get to know them before you say, here, well, Plexus, you don't want to vomit Plexus on them before you've really made friends with them. So that's a couple little tips. And just to go silver, you guys, just to share with one person is amazing, because they could be your accountability partner, but there's a huge power of 3 here. So if you can get 3 people, that's going to start earning you money back. So like real money back, because you get a bonus of $100, and each of those people, you'll get a commission from their welcome pack, either $25 or $50. And so you can make a minimum of $175 up to $250. And just real quickly, in your first 30 days that you sign up, there is a Fast Start Gold potential for you. That's if you can get 20 people on your team. That's whether you're sponsoring them or the people that you've shared it with start sponsoring. It builds you up. So you can share down 4, 5, 6, 7 different levels. All those people are going to count to your Fast Start Gold. So it is possible, Barbie and I both made Fast Start Gold. And so that was within our first 30 days. And you have to hustle. It's no joke. You are sharing like crazy. You're talking to everybody, but it's a $700 bonus plus just your welcome packs. And on top of that $700 bonus, you have between $1,200 and $1,700 you can make your first month. And so I made between $1,300 and $1,400 my first month. And I've never, ever, ever paid for my products. And just like Gaby, I was able to put my entire family on the products, and we all have a wonderful story. So that is it for me today, you guys. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to make this video available so you can share it with your team. Please tag your team so that they can watch it. I think it's really important that our new ambassadors have the tools to start on the right foot. So
absolutely. Yep. We're here for you, and we want you guys to be successful. Number one, in your health journey, and number two, spreading the love. That's right. So we got your backs. We're here for you. And thank you guys so much. Welcome to our one family, our one Plexus family. All right. Aloha.
Bye, guys.
Bye.